Washington, it's Husky Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Washington Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The most beautiful views from the water on Lake Washington. Husky Stadium is something special. You can see the lake, the mountains. You can see it all from kickoff. This is one of the most glorious views in all of college sports. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Sun Devils headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. That is not the way you want to start, with the kickoff going out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Handoff, Washington running left. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the...
He's loose! And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Throwing, Williams. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Husky. Oh, that baby in and strolled into the end zone for the score.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And he added the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Tells the run, lost a pass. Intercepted for the 11th time. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's a give to Washington. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion, and right now they're in the mix.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Boley. Left side is Anderson. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on 2nd. Finds his tight end. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Powers through the defender. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete. Second and long here. Handoff for Brown. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Over it.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Williams on the play fake. Slings it downfield. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Williams will pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Looking to throw. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Sun Devils! A great catch and run for 6. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he's going to bring this one out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. We've reached the break. It's Washington holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Williams. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Looking for a deep man. Goes high to pull it in. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
They come to the line, hoping to get some of that yardage back from the 17. Back to throw, it's Boley. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Another incompletion on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. This offense has it with really good field position. He's changing the play. Here's a give to Washington. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Play action with Williams. Turns it upfield. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what gets the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Here's Williams to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Long way to go on second down. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Husky. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. He'll bring it out. It's Mack. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Pulled it, finds his man on the left. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. The Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And now on second down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Boley. Got his man. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
First down, right back to Brown. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Timeout taken by the Sun Devils, their first of 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. To the air, it's Boley. Takes a hit as he fires. Out wide left, it's Harris. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. There's timeout on the field. Arizona State calls it second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Arizona State!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. So a drive there of 82 yards and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Sends it back in motion. Throwing, Williams. He unleashes a long one. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. And that is no good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with Notre Dame in their matchup against the number 12 team, the Navy Midshipmen.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Dropping back, it's Bowling. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big...
Caught, and he's got room. Knocks him down a couple of yards short of the marker, and how about this free safety showing those tackling skills and forcing a fourth down? Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Snapped it, and he has to have it. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind end.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Williams. Moving out to the right. Runs through the tackle. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. Well, you really can't afford to get that type of call down here when you're trying to punch in a score. Williams gets rid of it.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Williams looking for a man. Stepping to the right. Unleashes to the end zone. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. There he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. On the return, it's Mack. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Sets his feet. It's Bowling. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, the play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
Second down, gonna throw it. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time, to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's got the first down. There's some room. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
No surprise here. They've had success running the football throughout this game, and here we are late in the fourth quarter. They're still doing it. They're still having success. This offensive line, man, they've taken this game over. They had a challenge set before them heading into this one, but they have answered the...
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Here comes the heat. Finds his target down the middle. Turning it on. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
You talk about dialing up the perfect play against the bootleg. The cat blitz. They bring the corner right to where he's bootlegging. They force the sack. Nice call by the defense.
I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. Fielded in the end zone. It's Mack. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Inside the I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future, finding some things here late that they did well.
And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Let's go! Sells the run, looking to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The handoff. Crosses to 40. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Hey, he's had a great day all day today, and not a surprise why they've continued to feature him, and you've seen him make big plays. And down the stretch, we expect more of the same. Don't we, guys? Like, up with the lead, ground game keeps that clock moving. You don't want to stop that thing. That clock is your friend. This defense better find some answers quick.
Washington coming to the line with another first down. Might as well give it to him again. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Hey, how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.